I always dreamed of a truly integrated landscape. I think trees will always have a future on this land because of its unstable geology. Our steepest country is our more stable country in general, and if we integrate trees in that landscape, it becomes more sustainable, and the payoff is huge, I think. Hi, my name's Dave Reed. I farm 1,200 hectares of steep land just out of Wairoa in northern Hawke's Bay. Judy and I came here in '89, and it had been farmed really well in the distant past, but it had 12 years of neglect. Not a stock-proof paddock anywhere, not even a stock-proof yard. The musterers had to tie dogs in the holes to do the stock tally. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about integrated land use, and in terms of having two levels of farming, a tree crop of some sort. In my case, it's willows providing a service for erosion control and fodder and grazing underneath. They're obviously a more complex system than a grazing only system, and so it needs another level of management, and it needs a lot of careful thought. So how many trees have we planted? We've been here 30 years. We've had an aim to plant 300 every year, so it's 9,000 trees. We've lost a few, but not a huge number. I'm guessing 6,000 or 7,000 trees on the farm as a whole. So we've been targeting higher value land and targeting infrastructure, so underrunners or gully erosion, some slumping, tracks, crossings. So I'd envisage that eventually we might do 5 or 6% of the total area. In terms of drought, the calves are trained up to eat willow, and it means if it stays dry, we can wean the calves off the cows early in the autumn and save a whole lot of feed there. I can cut a couple of 100 kgs of dry matter in probably an hour with the chainsaw. And it's just remarkable. The day one of weaning, you start the chainsaw and they all come running. By the time we get into a really big drought situation, we're looking at maybe providing 30% of their energy from willow and 70% from pasture. I think trees will always have a future on this land because of its unstable geology, but I just hope that we don't go into wall-to-wall forest, and our personal fear is that we'll be one of the last pastoral farms left standing. We'll be surrounded in a sea of radiata, and right tree, right place is irrelevant if you intend planting 100% of the area in trees. In terms of pastoral farming, we're producing high quality protein, which the world is short of. If we integrate trees in that landscape, it becomes more sustainable. There's a wealth of knowledge in the regional council. I mean, contact someone that's doing it already. I'm completely happy to talk to anyone about trees. In terms of myself, I'm an ambassador for the Poplar and Willow Trust, and one of my roles is to offer advice and hopefully encouragement for people to plant trees. And you might not get it right, but the important thing is to make a start.